Want to say how fun it was to come out of that locker room when the game started and see so many Tar Heel fans here. A lot traveled from Chapel Hill on Super Bowl Sunday because they just have really gotten behind this team. Obviously, our chancellor and athletic director were also here. I mean, these guys have earned it. I know today we didn't play our best, we didn't shoot our best. We turned the ball over more than we typically do, especially in that second quarter. Couldn't get in any sort of rhythm at all. Like, could find no momentum. One play, good play, and then the next play wasn't so good. But, you know, you got to win a lot of different ways in a conference as hard as this. And to win ugly is part of it. And today we won ugly. And I can't say enough about the kid sitting next to me. She's just a dog. And without her, I don't think we'd be anywhere near as good. So career high in rebounds, big guard. Mm-hmm. You have a message on that or something?
Oh my God.
Okay. That's what I got. Any questions?
Questions on Zoom
Are you a
first?
Celtics fan?
Yeah.
Me too. Where are you from?
I do grow up in Boston.
Oh, my.
That's right.
I'm a diehard. I'm from New Hampshire. Okay, anyway, further question.
If we don't have questions on Zoom, we'll open up for questions in the room.
What did you tell Laney after that? Have you ever seen that happen before?
I mean, I said you're going to get made fun of. But what I love, truthfully, is her teammates. Literally, Lexi looked at me, Reniya, all of them were like, "It's okay, coach, we'll get a stop." And that's what this team's about, right? Like, one mistake doesn't drown us. And so, you know, I told Laney after the game that I trust you enough to have you in. You've made a lot of big free throws for us this year. We knew they had to foul. I trust you enough to be in, and it's going to take a whole lot more than that to make me lose my trust in you.
But Reniya continues to be the driver of you. I think she made two big plays on the defensive end,
Huge.
late, and made the big bucket. Just talk about how Reniya is really driving everything here lately.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to ISO us, and, you know, Reniya runs over, and I said, ISO's for them doesn't mean ISO's for us, right? And she had already kind of was saying the same thing at the same time. You know, she plays the hardest position on the floor, and it takes a lot of communication and connection between coach and player and trust for her to run our team. And I trust her, and she continues to deliver on both ends. And then I asked her to rebound more, and she does that too. But, you know, as she's matured, and in our program, you know, our relationship has matured, right? And so I think there's a real clear sense of what we need from her, and she trusts the work. And she's becoming a lot of people's favorite for good reason.
Reniya, can you take me through the jumper there at the end, and then the rebound where you barely stayed in bounds, and then the steal at the very end?
Yeah, so obviously the three wasn't going at first, so I need to touch paint a lot more, get to my pull-up. So the pull-up was just there. I feel like the post players can't really guard me, so I think just attacking that post player was the best option. And then defensively, I think I just need to track down the ball. I've had, 8 rebounds, like she said, and I just need to keep rebounding this game, so that's what I did.
But it seems like you just decided you weren't going to let the Tar Heels lose today.
No, we can't lose. We can't. I think that's the motive.
What was the mentality there when you know, you have to look at the record and everything, and you probably didn't expect such a tough game and to be in that kind of struggle and then come through at the end?
I mean, truthfully, we're not really looking at the records. We're just playing each game to win. So, I mean, Clemson is a tough team. They've been winning some big games at home, so we just had to make sure we came out and was fighting. And we fell short at first, but we picked it up at the end.
Yeah, we didn't shoot well either. I mean,
Yeah.
right? So 2 for 11 from 3 in the first quarter. I thought we missed Maria a few times. And then 1 for 3 in the second quarter, 0 for 2 in the third, and 0 for 2 in the fourth. I mean, really hard to win a basketball game at the Power 5 level, Power 4 level when you're 3 for 18 from 3.
What was your general impression of just what Clemson brings to the table, especially with this being Coach Poppy's first year running the program?
Yeah, I remember my first year really well. My first year point guard was here tonight, and I got to talk to her before the game. And, you know, those first year kids that give it everything they've got for you, you don't forget them, right? And so I'm sure he loves this team because it's his first one, right? And, you know, he's got a lot of dynamic pieces. Obviously, we know Anya Poole really well. She spent 4 years with us, you know, but you know, he's going to be just like everybody else in this league. There's a lot of people investing and caring about women's basketball, you know, and so I think it's the best basketball conference in the country, and we're certainly glad to have them.
What surprised you about what Clemson did, and how did they disrupt your offense? I know it was bad shooting, but it had to be more than that.
Not really. I mean, Maria drew 11 fouls, you know, so they were really physical with Maria. She was, you know, she still shot over 50% from the field. You know, we don't take contested threes. That's just not our mojo. And so that means we had 15 open shots we completely missed, 3 for 18 from 3. So, again, I think if you trust your averages, you just don't go 3 for 18. It just doesn't happen. And so I thought, they crowded the paint a bit, and once we started the game 2 for 11, they just crowded the paint and forced us to make them. And we understandably were a little shot hesitant because we hadn't been shooting very well. And so, like I said, we have to win tough sometimes. You can't always win them pretty.
It seems like you played Grace and Reniya together as much as I've seen. Was that dictated by what Clemson was doing?
Yeah, I thought in this particular game, Grace brought an aggressiveness at the rim that we really needed. She attacked off the dribble and put pressure on the defense, which we needed. We were kind of playing a little bit around the arc a little bit too much, and she does a really good job attacking. And then also, Reniya played 32 minutes and 45 seconds. She played her ass off the entire time. It's exhausting. So if I can put Grace in and let Grace dog the ball for a little bit, if I can let Grace bring the ball up a little bit, then you're almost getting a rest for Reniya while you're still playing Reniya, right? And so I think Grace gave us a lot. I mean, look she had 8 points, 4 for 5 from the field, a +3 on her numbers. The only one better was tied with Maria. So Grace continues to really be an important part of our team, and I thought tonight her aggressiveness is what we needed at the rim.
They didn't want to score a game. The layups into the shot clock among others. She just really gave you buckets when you needed them.
Grace, oh yeah, for sure. And they made late ones that, that kind of hurt us from 3. We had to make up 9 points on the arc. But yeah, when she's aggressive, we're better. And a lot like when Reniya first got here, these guys are kids that want to make the team get what they want first. And we are imploring her to recognize that Reniya can do that. She can be the facilitating point guard, and you can be the aggressive driver, or you can be the point guard and Reniya can be the scorer, right? But her being aggressive is key, and we're better now that she is.
Where's this rebounding streak coming from, Reniya? The straight rebounding from you, where's that coming from?
CB actually said that the guards have to rebound more, so I've been trying to rebound more.
Because you rebounded like twice in 10 games, the first 10 games.
So yeah, I think that's where it's coming from.
She's a dog, right? You know that to win basketball games, she has to rebound her position. Point guards don't go to the glass offensively because they're the safety.
Yeah.
So if everyone else takes care of it, then she can go get it. And, perfect example. You tell her what you need, and she'll do it. This kid's really locked in.
Any other questions in the room?
Obviously, you're still undefeated on the road. You're supposed to have tough games on the road. I guess this was one of the toughest. It's just hard to be perfect on the road, especially in the ACC.
Duke men found out last night. So did I think there's 2 teams on the men's side and 2 teams on the women's side that have lost that are undefeated on the road. And we're doing that in a Power 5 conference, right? It's hard to win on the road. We didn't have a shoot around because the men's game last night, we didn't practice here, and then it was such an early shoot around time. So not only did we have the whole week off, or at least the whole week with no game, we had no shoot around. So the first time they saw this gym was at 12:30 today, and so that's not ideal, obviously. So that makes the road hard, and you don't have the confines of what you usually are used to. So the fact that they're undefeated on the road, it shows the defense travels. It shows an enormous amount of toughness and togetherness. Which I think really does speak to our team.
What lessons do you take in practice after a game like this? What did you learn from this game?
As I told them, let's just rinse. Let's just shower it off. Literally, let's just shower it off, right? And then, but finally going back home for 2 great rival games that we're excited about. And so, I don't know yet without watching it back what we'll learn, but I don't want them. I don't want them thinking another second about it. Quite honestly, winning on the road is hard. They did it. We got what we needed when we needed it. The stops that we needed, and we're a really good basketball team. Let's just keep it moving.
Can you touch on how the offense is different when Grace is in the backcourt with you? How does that help you?
Honestly, it's really not that different. It's just the ball is in someone else's hands. I know how to play many positions, so it's really not that different. I think I like playing off ball just to get a rest, but it's really not that different.
Perfect. Great. Thanks, everyone.